Hello everyone and welcome to a new video of Fluent Polyglot Academy. Today it's lesson 28 and we're going to talk about the demonstrative pronouns and adjectives, and we're going to talk about how to form the particles there is or there are in German. So let's go. Now, what are they? What are demonstrative pronouns? Well, demonstrative pronouns are simply pronouns used to point to specific people or things, and they are a type of pronoun used to represent something so you don't have to repeat words. And in English, we know four demonstrative pronouns. We only have four: this, that, these, those. Now, before we move on to the German demonstrative pronouns, here you see an example. Gehört dieser Stift Ihnen? Nein, dieser Stift gehört mir nicht mehr. Allerdings gehört jener Bleistift mir. Translated, is this pen yours? No, this pen is not mine. However, that pencil is mine. And in this sentence, you can see three demonstrative pronouns. In the first interrogative question, dieser means this, and we're indicating a pen. In the second sentence, we still have dieser, which is still indicating a pen, and it means this. And at the end of the third sentence, we have jener, which means that. Now, in German, we mostly have to differentiate between two demonstrative pronouns. We firstly have dieser, diese, and dieses, which means this or these, depending on the context. And from this table, you're able to see the different declinations of the German demonstrative pronoun this. And we know that dieser, diese, dieses, so this refers to a thing or person close to the speaker. And it is exactly declined like the articles der, die, das, so that might be helpful in order for you to remember it fastly. Here you can see an example. Ich habe diesem komischen Mann eine Klatsche gegeben, which means I gave this strange man a slap. And here you can see that we're using diesem, which means this, in order to indicate that I gave a slap to a man who was near me. Because of that, we're using this. And because we are answering the question, whom did I give a slap? I gave this man a slap. So we are kind of giving him the slap. And because of that, we have to use the dative. And because man is masculine, we're going to decline it to diesem. So this is very important to know. Now, the second demonstrative pronoun we have in German is jener, jen, and jenes, which corresponds to that or those if we have a plural. And it refers to a thing or person far from the speaker. Now, it is declined exactly like dieser, but in German we use it less than dieser, diese, and dieses, so it's not used that much. And in speech, we often replace it with der, die, das, and then dort. In 1 second, you're going to see an example with that. But firstly, here's an example with jener. Ich habe jenen Ball nicht fangen können, which means I couldn't catch that ball. And in this case, the ball is far from the speaker, so we have to use jener. And because we have an accusative case in this case, it's going to be jenen Ball, because Ball is masculine. Now, we could say it like that. Ich habe jenen Ball nicht fangen können. Or we could simply say, ich habe den Ball dort nicht fangen können, which basically means the same. So we are replacing jenen with den, in this case, the accusative masculine article, and then dort right after the noun. So that is the same way of saying the same thing. It's just different way. Now, before we come to the exercises, it's also important to discuss how to form the particles there is and there are in German. In German, you simply say es gibt, and it's not important whether you're talking about singular things or plural, because you always use es gibt. Here's an example. Es gibt eine Katze und einen Hund dort, which means there is a cat and a dog there. And you can see how we're using es gibt right at the beginning of the sentence. And it simply means there is. But as we said, it's not important whether the nouns we're talking about are singular or plural, because we simply use es gibt. Here in the sentence, you can see es gibt viele Menschen, die auf ihn warten, which means there are many people waiting for him. And we're still using es gibt, even though we're talking about many people. So that was it for there is and there are. We simply use es gibt. Now here you can see the exercises. Try to complete the sentences with dieser, dieses, and diese declined correctly. And watch out for the case, because it's very important to decline it rightly. And in the brackets, you can see the gender of the noun. And after you're done with that, make 5 sentences with the particle es gibt try to be creative. And if you have any questions on the topic, don't hesitate to leave a comment. And I wish you a nice day. See you soon.